who suggested that we should put large numbers of U.S. troops on the ground. And it is not just my view, but the view of my closest military and civilian advisors that that would be a mistake.
Continuing now with our coverage of the Paris terror attacks, joining us from Washington, Lieutenant Colonel Ralph Peters, Fox News strategic analyst. So you told me in the break that the President's press conference really got to you. What does that mean?
Well, you know, I can be hot-headed about things. I can get angry. But I really don't let things penetrate too deeply. I live my life. But listening to the President's presser in Turkey this morning, I thought, my God, we're in even deeper trouble than I thought. We're at a point, you were talking earlier about damage done in this guy. Bill, the only president on the American continent who has done more damage was actually Jefferson Davis, president of the Confederate States of America. Charles used the word delusional. It is just beyond delusional. This guy, he's so arrogant and at the same time so sensitive, he cannot admit he's ever wrong. And boy, is he wrong and has been wrong about Islamist terror. And today I listened to him. He reacted as though the massacre in Paris was kind of a political annoyance. The French are in this now. They're doing their best, but they can't do it. NATO can't do it. Nobody can do it without us, and we're AWOL.
All right, NATO, my suggestion that they declare a war on ISIS, that the 28 nations band together, command and control in Europe, develop a tactical strategy to wipe these people off the face of the earth. You with that?
Well, you got to be realistic. And NATO, at this point, is Lady Liberty with some European costume jewelry. Now, I am grateful for the contributions of allies, but if the United States does not leave, if we do not apply our military resources and our wherewithal, the Europeans can't even get there with our help. Without our help. They don't have the intelligence resources. So I would welcome a NATO effort, but it's not going to happen because Obama doesn't want it.
I think he might have to, though, now, particularly if there's another incident. Believe me, you know ISIS is trying to strike, real quick again, and create as much chaos in the world as possible. So I think the pressure is building on the president. You know, he's in the Philippines tonight. He got out of Europe, he got out of Turkey as fast as he could. But I think the pressure is building on him.
Bill, one of the reasons I worry so much, and I do, is because even if this president somehow miraculously turned around and gave our generals and admirals the one-word order, win, the Pentagon is so infected with PC, with political correctness, that it would be a halting effort. Because we've got to the point where generals, colonels, captains in the field are looking over their shoulder wondering if their own country will prosecute them from war crimes. Bill, you're a historian. Virtually every one of our top generals in World War II did what it took to win, but today they would be prosecuted as war criminals by their own government. So we have a long, long way to go to get back to military effectiveness, even if the president comes around.
But I still think that with Great Britain and France, the United States, and I do agree with you, we'd have to take the lead, could form a coalition of NATO countries and could put a serious hurt on these people quickly.
Yes.
They're not in the mountains of Afghanistan and Pakistan. They're right out in the flat desert of Syria. Not hard to get to them.
The biggest stumbling block is that we've told them that we won't attack cities, so they went to cities. You cannot make war without collateral damage and civilian casualties. You can try to minimize it to a reasonable degree, but this nonsense on the part of the Obama administration of no civilian casualties ever, no collateral damage, what he's done, he saved a handful of lives and, as you observed in your talking points, condemned millions of people to subjugation, torture, torment, kidnapping, rape, murder, refugee status. Obama, and by the way, he keeps talking about his military advisors. Name them, Mr. President. I want to know which generals and admirals are telling you that, no, we don't want any boots in the ground, that this nonsensical pretense of a strategy is going to work and keep the American people safe, because it won't.
All right, Colonel. Thank you very much. When we come right back, the University of Minnesota.